What brings us to this moment? Not the one that just passed, or the one that is yet to come, but this moment. It is a spiritual impulse toward happiness. Not a physical impulse or an emotional impulse, but a spiritual impulse. The impulse to be happy, that's what the spirit wants, to be happy, because that is its true nature. The spirit doesn't waste time saying, I don't want to do this or I don't want to do that. The spirit's motivated to experience whatever it will in this life, because that is what it does, and it recognizes the deep importance of every moment. Spirit doesn't mind a 6-minute bridge pose, or a rainy day, or the fact that some promotion did not come through. Spirit wants to experience a happiness that is beyond that, because that's its true nature. Happiness without condition, joy, that is Spirit's true nature. So when we seek out happiness, we are following our spiritual impulse or our spiritual drive. The problem arises when there is a mismatch between what the mind thinks will make us happy and what the spirit knows will make us happy. The mind says big car, big bank account, big house, status, and so on. But these things are transient in nature and won't really make us happy. They will give us a little bit of something, but then that will be gone, and then we will move on to the next thing. If I only had that or this, I'd really finally be happy. So does that mean that if we don't acquire a particular object, then we will never be happy? Of course not. It's a fallacy. So while physically, mentally, emotionally, we may not know or realize what exactly we need to be happy, we do at some points realize there is something missing, that there is something in our life that is not being noticed or being acknowledged. That something is pure, unconditional happiness. Maybe you've walked into a store when you had some extra money and saw something that you had been wanting, and suddenly part of you felt elated to be able to buy it. Maybe saying to yourself, I can't believe I can finally buy this for myself. This is going to be so great. But as you picked it up off of the shelf, another voice in the back of the mind said, you know, you don't really even want that, so why are you buying it? We shut that voice down so quickly, and then we buy it anyway. The little voice that told us not to buy it knew that there is something else. It knew that that thing would not fill us, would not bring us lasting happiness, would not give us what it was we were searching for. And that voice is there all of the time for all of us. We've just done a really great job of shutting it down. The drive to buy or obtain things to create some kind of happiness is a misdirection, actually, because the spiritual self knows what real happiness is, but an unhealthy ego thinks happiness has to do with acquiring this or that thing outside of ourselves, acquiring it or being stimulated by it. The mind is a mechanism for thinking, for stimulating, and it is quite good at it. So the mind says, buy that thing, get that thing, do that thing, and we are led to believe that doing so will bring us happiness, when what will actually bring us great happiness is probably not buying it, not getting it, and not doing it. Without the distraction of desiring the things outside of ourselves, we become more available to experience a deeper sense of happy that already exists inside and is free from anything that's conditional and transient in the world. Namaste.
Made with Doodlecast Pro.